Hey guys, it's Lauren here, popping in today to share with you a layout of my beautiful boys for the Hip Kit Club. As you can see, I've cut a couple of the cut files that are available for the Hip Kit Club subscribers, and I'm going to use that on some of that beautiful wisteria lane. I don't know what I'm thinking about. That beautiful Pink Fresh Studio paper there, and I'm thinking, when I first started this, I'm thinking, how am I going to make this a little bit masculine for my boys? And this cut file titled Amazing has done the trick for me. Now, I thought about trying something different. Often with cut files, we use them to back them. We use them as backgrounds with mixed media behind them. But we often don't sort of think, what else could I do with this cut file? So I thought I'd push the boundaries a little and turn it into a stencil, well, a bit of a mask. And so as you can see there, I've grabbed some Whip Spackle by Faber-Castell, but any old texture paste can do. I know that Liquitex, there's oodles of brands out there that create texture paste, plenty of scrapbooking brands. Heidi Swap even has a variety of texture paste, already coloured texture paste, but I've just had a jar of the Whip Spackle there, and so that's what I'm using. Now, the tricky thing about using a stencil like this that doesn't have a border on it, that's more of a mask, and this technique of applying texture paste, is making sure that it blends past the stencil, because what you don't want to do is stop at the edge of the stencil, as you won't get the full effect. So making sure, if you're going to give this a try at home, just to blend past the stencil and making sure that it thins out on the edges as well, which gives that nice continuity and also blends in that background really well. So as you can see, well, it's quite difficult to see on the video, which is why I held it up. But as you can kind of see, you can definitely see the title Amazing there. And what I'm going to do next is add some of the beautiful Wisteria Lane Shimmers product to really make it stand out a little bit more and pop it off. And do you know what? I've still got that cut file available to use on another layout. It's now coated in texture paste, which gives it a different texture and it makes it thicker. So I'm looking forward to using that again. So really coming up with ways to maximise your cut files, thinking outside the box, thinking, could I use this one as a stencil or a mask, or is this one probably only suited just to backing it? And I'm popping it on coloured cardstock or adding some mixed media background to make it stand out. So here I am. I just mixed up that Wisteria Lane gorgeous shimmers there, and I used an acrylic block just to blend that out. I wanted to sort of give it a bit of a watercolour effect, because that feel comes across in the Pink Fresh Indigo Hills 2 collection. And as you can see, just by me applying just that wash over the top, you can already see that cut file, or the stencil of the cut file, coming through, and it will make a great title without being a centre feature of the layout. It's going to make that subtle effect and really give me a wonderful, unique background. Now, as you can see, I was getting a little impatient. What should have happened is that I should have used the texture paste, and I should have just set it aside for a couple of hours to dry, instead of grabbing my heat gun and forcing it, and then by applying more wet medium over the top, it was hanging in there, and as you can see, it looks fine. But when I use the baby white, which is what I would use on other things that I've used texture paste for, I just wipe off the top, and that makes the title, the word amazing, really pop out. But I had ended up, because I was impatient and not letting my texture paste dry, as it should, it ended up dinting the texture paste a little, so it's given an interesting textured effect there. But I assure you, if you let your texture paste dry properly, that won't occur, and you'll get that really sharp white image there when you use your baby wipe and wipe over the top of it there. But as you can see, I'm really happy with it, and I'm really happy that I sort of pushed the boundaries a little to have a think about what else could I do with this cut file. So using your cut files as stencils is a great thing, and the amount of cut files you get being a Hip Kit Club subscriber is extraordinary, and they're all fabulous. I had thought about incorporating that wreath stencil in there, but then I thought, no, I think I just really wanted that amazing, just stand alone and sort of pop off the page. So I'm now just going to sit that aside to let it sort of set, and I'm going to play around with my photo, building my cluster, building up my photo so it really pops off the page. I love that little border chipboard piece. Well, it's adhesive, so chipboard adhesive piece there, and I really wanted it to surround my whole photo, but it wasn't quite big enough. So I've just cut it to border the photo, and as you can see, even though the corners aren't there, it still gives the effect of a bordered photo. I'm then going to add pull out some of the Project Life cards from the August kit and September kit. I've got the October kit just arrived today, so I'm really excited to open that up, and I will do an unboxing for you guys. But so here's the September kit, and I really wanted to really incorporate some of those Project Life cards that match perfectly with all the paper collections that were provided in this kit. So here I am. I also wanted to sort of add a bit of the wisteria colour, the purple colour, in to help the background, incorporate the background, and draw out some of those leaves in the two corners there. And I love, if you follow me, I love to layer up my photos. I really love to get them to pop off the page and not blend into the page too much. So you'll often see me doing multiple layers. It's a great way of using up your scraps, and it's a great way when you're working with a particular collection to get a little taste of all the bits of and designs that are featured in the collection. That's just a Stampin' Up punch there. I sometimes like to add a bit of texture. Sometimes I use tags to poke out the top, and I've got that punch there, and I've got a scalloped edge punch that I use regularly to add that different texture from poking out from behind my photos and making some sort of personalised or unique little embellishments out of the offcuts of my paper. So keep all your scraps, guys. They come in handy just for this reason. And if you've not interlayering under your photo with cardstock, and you scrapbook by just placing your photo down, then have a go at it. We end up with oodles of scraps, and I hate being wasteful. And scrapbooking is, I feel, it's a bit of a luxury because it can be quite expensive at times. So making sure you're maximising all the products that you've saved up and purchased is a really important idea. So the Indigo Hills 2 collection is just stunning. It has stickers that are perfect for Project Life. It has ephemera pieces. It has chipboard stickers. It has puffy stickers, and I love that one. Leave no happy word unsaid. So it has a huge range of embellishments to coordinate with the papers in the collection. I had previously fussy cut out these houses. These are from the Willow Lane crepe paper collection, and I thought this is a good way to make this layout a little bit more masculine for my boys. I have a bit of a personal goal that each of the Hip Kit Clubs goodies, each month's goodies that I receive, I'm determined to do a layout of my boys not my boys, just a boy layout, a man layout, a masculine layout out of each kit, because I know that each time I open up a box with all those goodies in it, there's usually elements there that I know can jump out and be used for masculine pages. When scrapbooking our boys and our men can sometimes be tricky with the collections that are out there, but Kimberly always does a great job of incorporating some gender neutral elements in the kits, so we can scrapbook not only our girls and the special women in our life, but our boys and those unique and special men in our life as well. And that photo of my boys just makes my heart so happy, so I have to celebrate it. I have to sit and enjoy delighting in it, and creating this layout. The youngest one there, who is actually taller than the oldest one, he popped in when I was creating this layout, and he doesn't not often like me scrapbooking him or even taking photos of him, but he said, "Mum, I think that's really cool." So brownie points to me. I was over the moon with that response. So here I was just trying to incorporate some elements to really focus in on my photo and making a really fun, bright, and happy cluster. The chipboard, thicker alphabet there, I didn't think I liked it when I first saw it in the kit, but when I saw layouts created by others using it, I really, really fell in love with it. So I couldn't help but make that title My Boys, and I picked colours that not only coordinated with the paper, but also were the masculine colours, the navies, the yellows, the teals, to, bring in some of that masculine element. Seize the Day was a great puffy sticker that I thought resonated with my boys straight away. These boys are active, they love life. The 14-year-old likes technology a little bit too much, I think, but they are passionate about mountain biking. Jackson loves basketball, Reese loves soccer. They don't let barriers hold them back from going and doing the things that they enjoy. They're great young men, and I can see them blossoming and being confident in the lives that they are about to lead as they get older. So photos like this, where I see them smiling, I see them together, are just pure joy to me. I struggle at times with using circles. I don't know why, because I love circles, but often I think maybe it's because I like things straight and ordered with sharp corners. Maybe, I'm not sure why, but I struggle with photos. I even at times struggle with putting a flare button on, but I'm really trying to push myself through that because I see so many layouts with circles on them that look so great. I really want to push myself with that. So I've incorporated a few of the stickers from the collection in there and made a couple of semicircles as well, just to start for me getting a little comfortable with circles. I don't know why it is. Maybe, have you got any ideas as to why I might be a little bit uncomfortable with circles and just like squares and rectangles? I would love to know. Let me know in the comments if you've got any ideas. I might have to do some scrap lifting of some circle layouts and sort of soak myself in them to try and get comfortable. I don't know. I really wanted to emphasise and pop off that title a little bit more. The Wisteria Lane Shimmers is absolutely stunning. It's soft and beautiful and has a shine that you can't quite see there, and I hope the photos at the end will give you a bit more of an indication of how spectacular that product is. But I really just wanted it to pop off a little bit more. Now that I'd made my clusters that were quite dark, I still wanted to make sure I highlighted my unique feature that was going on the back. So I've just going around with a black pen, and as you can see, it's already starting to pop off the page a little there. So a little bit time consuming, especially when my texture paste was still not quite quite dry and I was rushing again, but it certainly came together, and I'm really happy with the layout, and I was ecstatic that my boys delighted in it and enjoyed as well. So I'm going to add a little bit of journaling down the bottom, and I do splash a couple of little drops of the Heidi Swap Gold Colour Shine to just finish it off with a bit of sparkle there. That's the other thing. With your thickers and applying them on texture paste and even chipboard, they're not super strong adhesive on the back, so making sure you're using a wet glue to just reinforce it will just mean that it will be super stuck, and in 6 months when you're flicking through your album you won't find all the letters down the bottom of your page, in the bottom of your sleeve. Then you have to fix it. So making sure everything's really super stuck, especially if you're sticking onto texture paste. So there I am, just adding that journaling. I'll finish off with the Heidi Swap Colour Shine, and I really hope you guys have enjoyed seeing this unique way of using your cut files. Give me a thumbs up, give me a like if you've enjoyed it, and if you like my style, I'd love you to become a subscriber on my channel. So yeah, here I am with the Heidi Shine. All right, take care guys. Keep scrapping. Bye.